Owen doesn't read it right there. Oh, look at the time from the Synchro Beast! Light able to get that implosion down, but that's going to be first blood. Is now Super Marco! Back combo together! That's the combo they were looking for. And this time they find it, but Super Marco is going to go in as well with SOD. Lifted up in place again. As the Purify gets out, but they want to go for the chase. Moreno still on him. Lantern Flare! Go for a Flicker implosion. Without a Flicker, he knows there's no Purify! And he gets another!
Already at quarter health.
Annabelle looking for the red tree right now as Caldeezy walks in. Annabelle still picks it up now. Slice able to get the shove down on the flat, but Annabelle will be...
So we'll see, ladies and gentlemen, as we head over into the Land of Dawn for game number 2 between Bigatron Esports and Falcons from the Philippines. You can see both these teams starting to go on their early rotations as we get a little bit of a feel as to the spells as well as the emblem choices for both of the teams.
Still the killing spree from Annabelle. Again, I'm all in for the killing spree, you know, but up against these kind of compositions, especially last game, I think the Impure Rage is still better. You need that sustain. You're not going to be killing a lot of dudes or getting a lot of dudes low initially. Annabelle walking up straight. Oh, getting the Blade Surge down. Oh, going to be taken very low. Forced to flicker out. Again, it's BTR with that early aggression.
Still able to get out though. So Team Falcons have a little bit more of a say in this early stage of the game, especially that they do have heroes like the Farsa, who can wings by wings, rotate fast, clear fast as well. I think a lot better than Moreno should be doing on the Jushin. We'll see how that goes to play, especially on these side lanes. Kalti's already with a rotation to the bottom side of the map. Luke, though, goes in for this 2v1. Light is there as well.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't get it.
Yeah, tries to go for the shove, a cheeky shove there. Good moves by Caldeezy. Walking in, going back in, right? Going back out, actually. Moreno putting the damage down on Kyle, putting the utility. Good poke by Annabelle into the mid lane. Ogwin looking for that slam. Good body block from Light, but Annabelle takes a big chunk of damage.
Yeah, he's really low right now. So what is going to be the call here? I think he's going to try to clear in for that, because going back now would means that they would let go of the neutral objective taken. I don't think that's the plan that they were kind of willing to go for. He focused on the purple buff first. We see FLCN opening up the map, giving information for his team. And it looks like Annabelle is done first. Let's see if he's going to be able to get this neutral objective uncontested.
Let's see. Good Lantern Flare over FLCN. Displacement from Luke as well. No passive just yet. Infernal Pursuit not going to be used by FLCN. Annabelle's looking for the Queller. Owen doesn't read it right there. Oh, look at the dive from the Synchro Beast! Light able to get that implosion down, but that's going to be first blood. Is now Super Marco! Dives in as well! A full dive, and this time it's Team Falcons that start out with a 3-kill lead plus the neutral objective.
Yeah, that should propel them to maybe a 1k gold lead in this first few minutes of the game. The way that they layered their skills is something that I want to see from Bigatron. Meanwhile, top lane.
Uh-oh, Mhont trying to save the Purify earlier. One last spear to the heart of Mhont up top. It's another 4-0 for Falcons this time.
So to make things worse, with Team Falcons holding on to everything on the map here in the first few minutes of the game, they're also going to be able to take down Mhont as well. The one anchor that Bigatron Esports have been able to hold on to. And Team Falcons, they know it, right? They're going to make him really struggle. They're going to make him suffer for it. And oh, that's the damage again.
No Purify, Mhont able to escape still. But that means say goodbye to the entire wave up top. He decides to stay. This might be a costly one. No, Light's still there. Down below, Fist Crack. Luke forced to flicker out. No trades on the board for BTR. Falcons reading BTR out completely.
Zero neutral objectives, 0 kills. It's a tough early game now for Bigatron Esports. I mean, considering they have the Bruno as well in the gold lane that requires a little bit of a snowball, don't really think this is going according to their plan at all.
No, definitely not. This is the early game that they put Falcons in just in game number 1, but now they find themselves in Falcons PH game 1 position. And honestly, it looks really bad because they have a Suyo, they have the Bruno in the lane with the Badang too. They should have ways. Juicin!
Yeah.
They should have ways to actually control the early game up against this composition. You wouldn't expect the Moskov to get that much value in the first 4 minutes of the game. I think putting it simply, that right there. The Moskov has this much, 2 kills early on already. This is Super Marco! You give him 2 kills at the start. You know he's going to be Monster Marco soon, right?
2,000 gold lead, almost, for Super Marco again.
Yikes.
Corrosion Scythe, 2 kills. And this is on a late game hero that requires a little bit more time to get to that power spike. So it is something that Bigatron Esports really need to consider now. Do they want to go for the 50-50 contest again?
Uh-oh, Tsunami Slam, Implosion, and the Fist Crack combo together! That's the combo they were looking for! And this time they find it, but Super Marco is going to go in as well with the SOD. Lifted up in place again, as the Purify gets out, but they want to go for the chase. Moreno still on him, Lantern Flare! Moreno gets a double, and BTR are back.
Wow, just like that. Just like that, off that entire team fight that was, created by Luke as well as Light. This is what happens when this team is on the same page. We get to see that brilliance coming through. They have a little bit more space to work with. Mhont gets a little bit more gold in this mid lane, also able to take that turret down.
Honestly, they turned it now. Now I'm thinking the 2,000 gold lead at the start is a curse, like Bigatron got a 2,000 gold lead in the previous game. Then they initiated on Flap TZ, the frontliner. We saw that here again. Like, Ogwen went for the Tsunami Slam on Light. That put him in prime position to go for a Flicker Implosion. Without a Flicker, he knows there's no Purify, and he gets another.
Decisive. Decisive, another kill over Flap TZ.
No, now it's Flap walking up again. He doesn't have Flicker to escape this time. He goes back in and gets quelled by Annabelle.
You know what? I think you're right. 2-0 trade right now. A little bit more for Bigatron Esports to work with. 1,300 gold lead. What's going on with Team Falcons? They're going to be able to pick up yet another turret in this top side of the map. Super Marco luckily gets that second item, so he is on the way to the Holy Trinity of attack speed. But here we are, Bigatron holding on to control once again.
At this point, give your opponents the lead at the start of the game.
We don't need it.
No one needs it. Falcons didn't need it in game 1. Seems Bigatron are fine given the 2,000 gold in the early game. It's an odd day for MLBB, but it's oddly entertaining.
You can see now, Flap TZ again was in a weird position earlier on. I think he was trying to, delay the take from Bigatron Esports to get the purple buff, but I think he was positioned a little bit too forward, was taken out before they could go in for this team fight. Again, Flap TZ.
This time, jumping on Flap TZ, again in the bottom lane, Super Marco able to take out the turret now, as that's going to be the dive. Feather airstrike coming in with SOD too. Annabelle in the midst of it all, jumping in, now gets shot down. Annabelle will be clawed down by Ogwen. Now Moreno is able to oh, hold up.
That's
Crimson
a pause.
Beacon. That's a pause.
That's a pause of the day.
First pause of the day.
It's a pause.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, please do be patient with us. We're seeing, oh man, the crowd now has joined in. You can see everybody already here. Hey, are they having a Mobile Masters Day?
Whose side are they on, though? That's a big question.
I see more red than green, so in that shirt. That
you might be colorblind.
Oh, Lavelle, welcome back.
No, you're colorblind.
Wait, can you guys even hear me?
Gideon, are you here?
Yes, we're here too. We're always here for every technical pause, boys. And I think it was very obvious that BTR definitely was experiencing a lag spike that Annabelle walking into the wall.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Annabelle got taken down.
But while we're here, I might as well do the analysis about the 2K gold thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because twice now we see the Farsa is like betraying herself of what she's supposed to do.
Okay.
Because we saw in game number 1, Farsa went all in onto the Hilda, and this time it went all the way into the
Light.
Yeah.
Tigreal.
Yeah, don't walk into the light. That's what people say, right?
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. Why I say
Depends.
No, this is why I say like they're betraying themselves, because if you look at the items, Phil built a Genius 1, which is amazing against squishies, but not really all that great against tankier guys. And even if you look, if he wants to deal damage to the front line, it should be an Impure Rage. Right? So that's just what I'm saying. Is just that you can deal damage against the front line, but the way that you're building this Farsa is like your coach is telling you, deal damage to the damage dealers, not the front line. So I feel like, a bit of a not disciplined moment by both mid laners happened in game 1 as well as game 2. And now I'm jumping back.
Okay, we're jumping back in. Thank you, Gideon. Thank you, Lafel, for accompanying us for just a bit. But here we are back into the game, ladies and gentlemen. 7 minutes have elapsed. Bigatron Esports still hold on to control as they are now contesting for the next neutral objective, which is this turtle. You can see Moreno opening things up, looking for vision. But I think Team Falcons, they're kind of far away. Are they in a position to contest?
I think they're in a position to just stay in it, right? Like, the Suyo's not there, so technically for Bigatron, they're just buying time for Annabelle to walk back up, and now they have Annabelle over the Turtle. Now Falcons PH will just concede as a Turtle. It was too risky for them to contest, but without the Suyo, they were just hovering around in case BTR gambled it.
And I think Team Falcons was looking for a trade down bottom, so we did see Super Marco looking to get some damage onto the turret, unable to get it. He did go for the clear though, and he is on his way once again, like we mentioned earlier, onto his third item of this game. I think things could really change when he gets that Holy Trinity.
Sky Piercer for Moreno. You know what? I'm glad we see the Sky Piercer back in the Juice In. I think the group stages, we just rarely see the Sky Piercer on SA. We've just been seeing a lot more utility Juice Ins for the most part, so now back to the killer, and I think it's good timing too. He's had 3 kills so far. He'll add up more as he gets more Sky Piercer stacks. Super Marco, always active on the map.
I think they also know that they need a little bit more damage, right? Eman, as sole damage dealer, has been a problem in these team fights as he gets taken down. 1v1.
Annabelle, not going to be solo killed. Trying to go for a fight in the end, gets soloed, but he did buy a little bit more time for the rest of the team to try to go for this pickoff, even though I don't think Marco will stay that long. Annabelle.
Interesting. Looking for that 1v1 kill over to Super Marco. He has a lot of disengage as a Moskov, so that's something that Annabelle will remember the next time they see each other. But Feather Airstrike opened up here. Some damage given over to Moreno. But all the while, things have slowed down quite a bit with no objectives on the board just yet.
Yeah, it was very, very weird there from Annabelle. Walks up to his demise. Near a wall too, right? So it wasn't particularly the best place to even look for a fight against Moscow. But Bigatron still hold the lead. But unfortunately for them, Super Marco is online. 8,000 gold already. 3-item power spike. Thank you, Annabelle, for getting that early golden staff now for Super Marco.
Ouch. We did mention that this is a huge power spike for Team Falcons, so coming into this next neutral objective take, we need to keep an eye out for that. Bigatron, though, still the first one in the vicinity. Moreno looking to clear that wave in the mid lane, but remember, Team Falcons having the Moskov means that they do have a little bit more pressure onto the far lane, so it's another headache that Bigatron Esports have to deal with. All he needs to do is SOD back. Exactly. He gets a turret for free.
They are getting out macroed right now, BTR. That 1,000 gold lead is an illusion. Team Falcons PH are holding tempo on every part of the map. Even here on the Lord, it's not BTR who are holding it. That's a conceal for Team Falcons, getting more control. And now they are in position to look for a mistake. A desperate move from Bigatron could be the end for them.
I think Team Falcons have an idea that Eman is not necessarily in the team fight just yet. He was caught in the top side looking for the clear. Super Marco is still there as well, though. That's a rotation coming through from Bigatron. But they're still opening up the map. They don't know. Super Marco should be able to recall.
He's tapping it slowly but surely here, because if it's just Eman, he wants to pick up a fight. If it's more than just Eman, he wants to recall. He notices, you know, they're off the map. They've not been seen for such a long time. They are probably up top. So good call by Super Marco there. Decides to recall, following through to the recall. Now it gives Bigatron Alpha, or Esports rather, more time, a window of opportunity.
Good feeling. But he should be able to replicate that same thing that he did earlier on. But the difference is now, Lord is already at quarter health.
Annabelle looking for the red tree right now. Scout Easy walks in. Annabelle still picks it up now. Slice able to get the shove down on the flat, but Annabelle will be disintegrated by Super Marco, who landed the SOD. Light falling as well to the claws of Kaltizi as Luke is left to fend for himself. One straight push into the mid lane. 20 seconds on the death timers as Luke is brought far into the enemy lines.
But it was Bigatron Esports to pick up the Lord, but I don't think it's going to be enough time. They're going to go for the end here.
12 minutes.
That's it.
6 seconds on Eman. A wipeout will do it. Team Falcons now on match point, flying high in the sky.
No Lord, no problem.